Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to a new vlog. Starting off in the gym again. I think this might be a bit of a favourite spot for starting off vlogs as we go into summer. I am so happy that the gym is completely finished now. I think when I showed you last, it was pretty much done. The only changes, well actually we've got to pop a couple of like spikes in the wall here for the weights. They're going to go up on the wall. And my Peloton is finally down here. These things weigh an absolute ton, so it was quite challenging getting it down that very narrow staircase in the house, but we've also now got Wi-Fi here in the gym, so I can finally get back on it. So as I let you know in the last vlog, I stopped riding the Peloton for a couple of months because of this strange issue I've got going on in my tummy, and any ab exercise or intense exercise made it worse. But I spoke to the doctor and he said that gentle exercise should be okay. So I think what I'm going to do, ooh, is it plugged in? Yes. Is I'm just going to do a really nice stretch and then 15 minutes and build it up and see how we go. Better. I have to say I feel so much more comfortable in a greenhouse than in a gym these days. This is my little safe haven. So as you might be able to guess from the hair being scraped back and my very casual, very warm layers, I have a few chores I need to do in the garden today. I usually like to do my gardening chores in the afternoon after a productive morning of work, but judging by the weather forecast, I think the morning is going to be better than the afternoon. It's still pretty early, it's still just after 8 o'clock in the morning, so it's quite chilly, so I'm going to do my kind of manual labour this morning. And then at 10:30 I'm going to be joining in a Zoom with the Albright membership club and number 7. So while I do that, while I tune into that, I think it's a series of talks, I'm going to have a little bit of a pamper morning. I'm going to do my nails, give myself a mani-pedi, so I thought I would do the kind of rough work in the garden before that. So kind of like a double exercise this morning. I think 15 minutes on the Peloton was enough. I feel good after that, and I'm just gonna ease myself back into it a little bit. I know that not everyone is as keen on the gardening content as maybe I am, so I'll just give you a quick update. As you can see, completely full to the brim here in the greenhouse, but lots of amazing shoots. My cauliflower's looking great. My peas are most definitely ready to go out. And then I did pick up a couple of little seedlings from a garden centre yesterday as well. I've got some onions, some shallots and some garlic to plant later on. That's probably a weekend job. Oh my goodness, how cute is this? I don't actually know what it is. I need to use my Picture This app. But then this little guy came with an abundance of yummy treats from Selfridges from Em and Matt. They keep spoiling me and Charlie so much, because they are currently staying in our flat in Chiswick, so they keep sending us the loveliest treats. Oh dear, my cosmos are looking a little bit sad. I'm going to give everything a quick water and then it's out to work on the cut flower garden. just come inside feeling very fresh-faced. I have to say, doing a little bit of gardening first thing in the morning is such a nice thing to do. Just filling my lungs with fresh air and a nice kind of gentle exercise as well. I'm very glad I didn't do too much on the Peloton. But now I've come inside, I have got an early morning treat. These little cupcakes were also very kindly sent by Em. She is such a little sweetheart, and I'm just about to log in to the Zoom. It's like a morning of talks from inspirational women, which I'm very much looking forward to. But as you know, I always have to multitask, so I'm using this opportunity because I really wanted to listen to these talks, but I was thinking, I don't want to be doing my emails at the same time. I can't edit at the same time. I want to be able to look at it, so I don't want to be gardening. So I thought I would give myself a much overdue mani-pedi. I have not done this in so long because I've been doing so much like soil work that it just seemed absolutely pointless. But I have been using nail hardening products for a little while. But anyway, let me show you what I'm going to be using. I wanted to do this in the pink room because the lighting in here is just so lovely. It makes me feel a little bit more energetic, and the light at this time of day, oh, it's just gorgeous. I can enjoy the outdoors kind of while indoors as well. Okay, so this is the nail polish I'm going to be using. The brand is Manycurist. It's a Parisian based brand and their range is Green Flash. So it is an LED like gel manicure. So I've got the gel LED light over there, which I'm going to plug in once I've decided on my colour. I've been asked a lot lately when I've actually had something on my nails what I've been using, and the one that I've been using the most lately has been this one. So the numbers 1, 2 and 3 on the top. This is basically number 1 is your base coat, number 2 is your colour, and number 3 is your top coat. The one that I've been using the most, this is the shade Old Rose. I believe they very kindly sent these to me. I believe that these are the newer colours. This one is Hortensia. I think I'm going to pop that one on my fingers today. And this one I believe is called Mint. So these are all clean, green, cruelty-free. They have non-toxic ingredients in them, which is what I really liked about the brand, as well as they're very kind of muted and exactly the kind of shades that I want colour collection. So for example, you've got some nice browns, some really lovely like light caramel colours. This is a really nice taupey shade. They've got a very fresh, this reminds me of my lovely self-portrait dress, this colour. So really beautiful shade range. I might pop this on my toes. I do like a good coral on my toes. So yeah, it's basically a clean gel polish. So you pop it on like a gel polish with the 3 layers, but then it actually comes off like a normal nail polish. So they actually do their own nail polish remover, but it comes off just like normal nail polish, and that for me is a bit of a game changer, because the one thing that I used to hate about getting gels done was the removal process, and I would just find it so impossible to do that I'd end up picking it off, which is so bad for your nails. And this is an acetone free remover, so much better for your nails. I find that it lasts around 10 days, a little bit less if I'm gardening, but I definitely just need to get more in the habit of wearing gloves. So anyway, I'm gonna probably pop you on a little time lapse while I do this, get my nails prepared a little bit while I tune in to the Albright zooms. enjoyed that little hyperlapse of both my manicure session and my pedicure session. I'm not going to give you too much of a close-up of my feet because, I mean, does anyone really like how their feet look? But I decided last minute I was going to go for my typical coral, but then I thought, I actually went on the Manicurist's Instagram and I thought that this looked really, really lovely in the images that they had on there. So I have a very fresh pedicure, looks really nice against the pink rug, that is. And then I used the shade Carnation on my fingers, and I love how this looks. It's almost like a pearly, very subtle metallic pink, and it just looks absolutely beautiful, especially with the pastel colours that I normally wear and my ring and my pearl jewellery. You can see it really beautifully in that light. It's just absolutely gorgeous. The number 7 Albright talk that I was listening to on Zoom was very, very interesting, very empowering. It's a great movement that both Albright and number 7 are becoming a part of. I'll leave some more info about that down below. It was perfect timing. The talks lasted for an hour, and that's how long it took me to very leisurely do my manicure and pedicure. So you can actually get like a starter kit which comes with the lamp, I think your base coat and your top coat. There is a kit that you can get with a couple of colours as well, and the remover from Green Flash Manicurist. So I'll leave that linked down below. I would highly recommend it. It's one of those things that I used to be so reliant on, like going to the salon for my manicures before lockdown, and now I love how it looks when I do it at home, and it's so much easier, so, and more affordable. So yes, I highly recommend that. Sounds like the chaps have just got here to mow the lawns, but I'm going to find a clean pair of gardening gloves and carry on with my cut flower garden activities.
Having the time of his life.
You're just lovely. Lovely. So as you may be able to guess from what I have just been steaming, I've just undone a delivery. I placed an order on Net-a-Porter a couple of days ago. I saw that they had some beautiful spring dresses that had just come in, and I purchased 4 beautiful dresses that I'm going to try on with you. They're all from designers that I have not tried before. Price point wise, kind of like sleeper level. I feel like the kind of price point that Zimmermann used to be when I first discovered the brand, but now it has kind of doubled. Sadly, the sunlight has gone, so the lighting is not as fabulous as it was, but I'm still going to try and film a little reel as well, because I did 4 beauty reels in a row, and I haven't done a fashion one in a while, so I'm going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone with a little try-on session. Okay, I've come into the bedroom because it's actually better lighting in here for once. Normally it's much brighter in the pink room. I'm going to give you a little close-up of this dress. The bodice is probably my favourite part about this dress. You've got this lovely ruffle down the side. I didn't change my bra, so definitely not wearing the right bra for this, but a really beautiful, very cottagecore, if you saw my trend video last Sunday, a week ago today, very cottagecore kind of bodice here. Absolutely love this lace detail on the pleats, and then you've got, it's kind of like a crochet around the belt area. Really beautiful. Very voluminous sleeves, another of the trends that I mentioned in Sunday's video. It is overall a pretty voluminous dress. I did give it a quick steam, but looks like I forgot to do the bottom. Need to give it a proper steam before wearing. I have to say, I'm actually pretty warm wearing this, so it could be a great one for any outdoor events before it gets too hot, because there is actually quite a lot of material here. So if you want to wear something lovely and feminine, but without getting a little bit chilly, I think this could be a super option. I can't help but feel that me showing you these dresses with hair that is freshly pulled out of a bun and makeup that I've been gardening in isn't doing the dresses justice, because they really are so lovely. So this one, as you can see, is kind of like a pink gingham, a really lovely silhouette. So it cinches in with some little pleats around the waist, and then it's tight on the hips, and then it fans out into somewhat of a kind of mermaid tail. And then on the sleeves, you've got a little bit of a puff sleeve, and then it tightens down here for an ultra long cuff, a little bit of a kind of, I don't know, 1900s kind of silhouette. I'm not 100% sure, but I love the colour. It's a very me dress, that's for sure, for any lovely spring occasions. It feels like an absolute dream thing to wear, but how much wear am I going to get out of something like this? That is the question. I think all these dresses were around a £300 price mark, so definitely better than, say, a Zimmermann, but you know me, I'm all about the price per wear, so I definitely need to think about that. Here is the next. This one is from Ulla Johnson, and it's the most beautiful lilac shade. It feels a little bit more of a relaxed kind of silhouette, definitely a structure that I'm a little bit more comfortable in. So we've got this gorgeous bow tie detail around the waist. I like the smocking around the sleeves, makes it very comfortable. Again, a lovely length, these lovely little ruffles. This for me is the kind of dress that I can see myself wearing for many, many years. Many a spring garden party photo shoots in the Bluebell Woods. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait for the bluebells to come out again this year. I believe we've got, yes, we've got some pockets. It's just a really lovely, very feminine silhouette, and I can see myself wearing this for day trips into London as well. At the moment I'm trying to plan a pamper day with Freddie, so this would be lovely to wear for something like that. I could wear flat shoes, little sandals for walking around a lot, but then equally some nice wedges if I want to dress it up a little bit more. So yeah, I think this is potentially my favourite so far. And last but not least, I've actually just shared the reel. I filmed a very quick one, very off the cuff, to share these dresses on my Instagram, and everyone so far, it's only been live for 5 minutes, but everyone so far is loving the lilac dress the most. I just went on Net-a-Porter to find the links for everything to share, and also the lilac one is the most affordable of all 4 of them, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep that one. I think this one is a real contender as well. I do love this very elasticated bodice. It just means that no matter your shape and size, it fits you so beautifully. You can of course wear the sleeves up at the top like this, but I think it looks quite nice off the shoulder, especially if you have got a little bit of a neck tan going on, which I do not at the moment. Another really beautiful length, pockets I believe. Oh, maybe not. That struggle when you're trying to find a pocket. Don't think there's pockets in this one, but never mind. Lovely ruffle down at the bottom. So yeah, those are the 4 new dresses from Net-a-Porter. So let me know down below which one or ones you think I should keep for my spring wardrobe. Here's another little close-up of the fabric on this one. It really is so pretty. Just before I pop my gardening attire back on, I think it's gonna hold out from raining for another half an hour. This dress was also something, excuse the mess, I'm so sorry. This dress is also something that arrived this morning, and this was very kindly sent by Sandro. So this was a PR delivery, and the fabric is just absolutely spectacular. So it's like a giant lace with this beautiful embroidery of the flowers, a most wonderful silhouette. I love a fit and flare where it's quite fitted around the waist and then it flares out. As you can see, I have paired it with my Loewe belt. I just felt like it needed a little bit of breaking up. The neckline is really nice because you almost have the scalloping of the petals against the skin, which gives it a really, really lovely shape. And then it is quite low cut, you can just see my bra a tiny bit, but where it's so detailed it doesn't really matter because there is a little bit of overlap. Puff sleeves as per the spring trend. I think this is really, really lovely. Definitely not a colour that I would naturally have said is a colour that I particularly want to wear, but actually I think it is really different and really, really lovely. I think that things like this are potentially a bit more suitable for the kind of activities I do around here, especially if they're shorter. I think that if dresses are shorter, then maybe I need to go for a slightly more practical colour. So this is just perfect. I need to top up my tan. So that is a really lovely selection of dresses. I do feel bad I've not given them justice by tidying the background or doing my hair and makeup, but lovely dresses all the same, and I'm very excited for life to return to normal so I can actually start to wear them. It's not long to go now. It is next Monday after the weekend. Oh my gosh, the day this video goes live, it'll be the next day that things start to open again, so I can't wait to book in to some lovely places both here and in London to wear all of these gorgeous things. Oh, how funny is this? Had another knock at the door and it was a box of Bloom and Wild flowers. It's like, oh, how lovely, who sent these? I totally forgot that I actually used my credits on some little roses. So basically in my newsletter, I have got a code, and I'll leave the code in the description box of this video as well. It's basically a £10 off code for you guys. So if you use Bloom and Wild, they do lovely letterbox flowers and bouquets and things, then my code gets you £10 off. And if people use that, then I think I get, I think I get £5 credit for every person that I recommend. And because quite a few of you used Bloom and Wild for Valentine's Day and for Mother's Day, I had some credit building up, so I thought, you know what, I did send some flowers to friends as well, don't worry, I'm not that cruel, but I also chose some for myself. I didn't realise that they all actually do window boxes. So this is what this is apparently going to look like, the Spring Ombre Rose. Not sure that I actually need the window box thing itself, but I thought these could look really lovely in my flower bed. Oh gosh, that is cold and windy. So I will put the box together as like a little plant pot, just for now while it's a little bit chilly, and then I might move these little rose plants into the flower bed. They're absolutely tiny at the moment, all closed up, but that's how they need to be to fit through your letterbox. They're going to need a good amount of water, a little bit of love and attention, but it won't be long until they are looking bloomin' wonderful. Okay, I've just come inside after another couple of hours of gardening. Is there any makeup left on my face? I don't think so. I feel like I'm just having a very unglam day today. But I've brought you into the area that we call the study. Charlie got a little bit carried away with buying antiques furniture, and he didn't realise quite how big one of these chests of drawers were. But we do need storage solutions in this area, so I'm not sure if this is going to be the finished layout of this room, but for now it's quite practical. So we now have this big chest of drawers, and actually it's really cool. So it's Drew and Sons of Piccadilly Circus London, case and trunk makers, sports bags, hat boxes, chests of all sizes, equestrian clothing, gentleman outfitters since 1907. To be honest, this looks older than 1907, but it's a really big, chunky item. And I think Charlie's going to use this as like man drawer areas, so things like light bulbs, screws, all that kind of jazz. This little corner, basically, this room, this area, is an area of contention in this house because it's just always so messy. You probably may remember this area from previous vlogs, and it's just always full of boxes. And Charlie is actually quite OCD, and I'm not even saying that as in using it as a phrase. He is actually OCD when it comes to things being tidy. So we have been on the lookout for storage solutions for this area. So this is the chest of drawers that he didn't think was going to be quite so big. Looks like I've actually pushed in too far. There we go. Yeah, but because we do need storage solutions in this area, it does actually kind of work. So we have got my boxes for things that might get returned tucked away over there, which does look a little bit messy, but not as bad as it did before. And then you'll have just caught a glimpse of this chest of drawers, and they do look quite nice together. They're very similar in style. W Stones, I wonder if that's Waterstones. No, W, Stone and Sons, boot and shoemakers, soles and heels, repaired in the premises in 1 hour, laces and sundries, 104 High Street, Walton. Oh, how funny. If that's Walton on Thames, no, I don't know. I mean, the writing might be fake, it might not be that old at all, but it was from an antique shop, so hopefully it is fairly genuine. So I've popped on top of here our old mini kind of half-height grandfather clock and our Dr. Ranike's diffuser. These are the only diffusers that actually work in this house because the rooms in this house are quite large, so it does take something quite powerful to actually make the room smell. So what we've decided is this is going to be my chest of drawers, that's going to be Charlie's, and this is where post gets bought. So I do get sent quite a lot of samples from brands. Sometimes I know they're coming, sometimes I don't know they're coming. Sometimes brands send lovely gifts, which I'm very grateful for, of course, but it does get quite overwhelming, the amount of boxes and products. So I need to have a bit of a system, both for my sanity and for Charlie's. So what the system is going to be is I'm going to leave the boxes on here, I'll undo them, and then any beauty products that I want to keep and want to try out, I'll pop in here. So for example, today I had a delivery from L'Occitane. These are their solid shampoo bars. I've never tried a solid shampoo bar before, I'm intrigued. So I'm going to take those upstairs. Youth to the People is a brand that's very popular on social media at the moment. Very cool brand. They have just launched on Cult Beauty. So I've got some products from them to try. We've got some Murad here. Some of the lovely Max Factor nail varnishes arrived yesterday with a lovely picnic hamper. So this is products to go upstairs, any clothes will go in there. And then this is a pile of things which I need to have a read through or move somewhere else. So this is a really lovely handwritten letter from one of my lovely followers, and she has a company called Oath Home, and what they do is really incredible. So she basically takes fabrics that are unwanted from people like interior designers or industry specialists. She's written such as film studios, production companies, basically fabric that was destined for landfill, and they make it into something beautiful. She sent over these two beautiful cushions, so it's got her branding on it here, Oath Home. I think this is like feels like a silk dupion with this beautiful ruffle trim on it, which is very similar to the ruffle trim on our, I think you'd call it like a tassel, on our Soho Home cushions. Two beautiful matching cushions with this lovely floral embroidery. Crazy to think that this fabric was destined for landfill. Anyone that's doing something to upcycle, whether it's me with my egg boxes in the greenhouse or turning unwanted fabric into really beautiful upholstered items, I think that is so fabulous. And I have to say, quality-wise, these are so beautifully made. So yes, very, very kind of Anna to send these. I'll leave a link for Oath Home in the description box down below. I think it's really, really lovely what they're doing. So yes, this is what this area looks like now. It may look a little bit cluttered to some, but we really do need the storage, and hopefully it's going to stay this tidy. Hopefully the system works. I was saying to Charlie, once the antique shops are open, I'd love to get a little upholstered footstool or a very, very small little armchair in the corner there. I just feel like this area needs a little bit of fabric. And this is the lovely unit. This is Charlie's man drawer stuff that he needs to sort out. I mean, why does he keep old toilet roll holders and things like that? I will never know. But yeah, this unit came with us from Clapham. I actually bought this from a charity shop, from a Zoo Rider charity shop, and painted it up, and it is really, really useful. It's basically like our downstairs office, so stamps. Here's a question for people that don't live in the UK. I was about to say, do you have stamps? But of course you do. I guess you just have like the American flag on them or something, or other countries' monarchs. Let me know down below what your stamps look like, or if you have another way of posting things. This is just a very handy little kind of office area, but I think it does make this area look too cluttered and it doesn't really go with the rest of the furniture, so maybe we'll move this on to the cottage. Hello my darlings, it is now Friday morning, the most miserable rainy Friday morning in the whole world, but it's fine because today is just a kind of get stuff done kind of day. Luckily I didn't want to go out, well I did want to go out and do some gardening, but it's miserable, so giving myself a gardening day off. I did however watch a load of gardening videos while I made a macaroni cheese for my lunch today. I did a 20-minute Peloton again this morning, getting back into it, so I felt like I deserved a mac and cheese, and I can't actually remember the last time I had one. It was a little while ago, but it's freezing cold in the house today. I'm up here, this is actually the latest that I've started vlogging in a little while, but there's not been really anything to show you whatsoever. Andrew has actually just left for the day, or for the weekend, so I'm gonna give you a powder room update because not much has really changed visually. And then I really am not going to show it to you until it's done, because the next stage is going to be the really exciting stage. So my dressing room has been taken over by Andrew's wallpaper bench station. Sadly, there is no wallpaper up on the wall just yet, because the reason why we love Andrew so much is that he is such a perfectionist, and obviously I'd rather it took him twice the time and the job is done better, but it's not that much to show you. Anyway, so all the wallpaper is here, ready to go in next week, and this is what the powder room looks like at the moment. Now, I can't help but feel like I completely wasted my time by doing the painting, because you probably can't even tell, but the walls have actually been covered in a lining paper, which is what the wallpaper adhesives? Adhesifies itself, basically glues itself to. As you can see, Andrew has just done it to absolute perfection, and what he recommended, mostly because it's on a corner where you come in, and also because the walls in this house are not straight, I think this is called a beading. Essentially, it won't cause the wallpaper to scuff or fade in the corners. Also great if, for example, I come in here with the Dyson, with the vacuum cleaner, and say I bash the corner, it's not going to chip away at the wallpaper, which would be an absolute nightmare. Far easier to repaint a little bit of this beading than to replace a strip of wallpaper. So very, very clever idea. And he's also done the same all around the window. So this week, but it has been a short week because of Bank Holiday Monday, so it's been a 4-day week, has been all about preparation in here. By the looks of it, Andrew has also cleaned up the woodwork where I got paint on the wood. Yeah, I mean, I literally have just wasted my time painting the walls in here, haven't I? Good job, I found it therapeutic. As you can see, the lights have been taken out as well, so the wallpaper can go on really smoothly, and that's fine because I've actually ordered some antique bronze or brass lights to replace the white plastic ones that were in here, and I've also ordered enough so that we can do the lights in this room as well, because they're just like a basic plastic, and I think it'd be really nice for them to be a bronze. So the paneling has been primed, and he's also very carefully, in fact I think this might be the final colour on the top bit, it's the same paint, it's the Lick, where is it, I don't think there's any in here, Lick White 06, so white with just a little tiny hint of pink. I think that's probably got a layer of paint on it as well, but it looks fantastic seeing it all slightly more of a cohesive colour. I love how my nails look, so good, and oh my gosh, I got them so soily and dirty. I did end up repotting my cosmos with my bare hands yesterday, and the nail varnish has survived. So yeah, the paneling has been painted. Andrew's taken off the cupboard doors so that he could paint on the inside. Obviously, yeah, this is just a primer, so it's going to be a beautiful finish when he is done. So next week is when the magic happens. What I'm on the lookout for is, or are rather, 2 beautiful mirrors, as I let you know last time. Oh, and I also asked the electrician who came this morning to fill out, or fill in rather, basically block off the electric cables that were here. This used to be a charging plug point, but I don't think I'm ever going to need to charge anything here, so that has been blocked off. So yeah, next time I bring you in here it will be exciting, but I just wanted to show you the level of depth of prep that needs to be done. And for example, I know I've been watching Freddie's renovation vlogs, and we've got a WhatsApp group, and she was saying, guys, I don't know why anyone would ever pay to get a painter when you can do it yourself. Well, yes, you can do it yourself, but I could never have decorated this room to such levels of perfection that Andrew is doing. I have no doubt in my mind that Freddie is going to do everything so beautifully in her flat, and the quality and finish will be absolute perfection, but I am just not patient enough. I wouldn't have the patience to learn to wallpaper or to paint to the precision that Andrew does. Freddie's a lot more patient than I am. She has a much finer eye for detail. But yeah, in some instances, especially in a house like this where none of the walls are straight, nothing is ever easy in this house, I thought it was best to leave it to the professionals. So I think this weekend my dressing room is going to be out of action. As you can see, just loads of mess over there. Beauty products. We've got the workbench in here. So yeah, I'm just going to shut the doors and probably just not come in here for the next week, and then I can also be surprised when I see the progress next time in the powder room. We had a furniture delivery this morning. We had a new armchair arrive that we ordered from sofa.com. It's actually from their new collection. We've popped it in the drawing room for now. It's not its final place, but let me show you how lovely it is. Okay, so here is our gorgeous new armchair. Now this, I believe, is a new shape for sofa.com, and it's a very kind of traditional, very countryside farmhouse style in its shape, which I think is really lovely, really suits this house, and also will really suit the cottage. So I think potentially this is going to be one for the living room area in the cottage, because we actually also had a sofa delivery from sofa.com. Charlie whizzed over to the cottage today to take delivery of that. I think he was literally following the delivery guy, because they came here first to drop this off and then drove to the cottage. And that's better. Charlie was saying that the delivery guys were absolutely amazing. They actually had to take the sofa apart and put it back together to get it into the cottage, because it's basically a very small corridor that leads to the family room. So 5-star service from the sofa.com delivery guys. So I'm actually yet to see the sofa in real life, but the chair we chose, obviously you can choose whatever fabrics you want, and this one you can see here is a really beautiful textured, almost like a boucle tweed kind of material. I will leave the exact fabric that this is down below, and it's like a cream and then a greeny, almost like a sagey bluey thread running through together. I think it's a really, really beautiful color combination. Looks very traditional, and as you can see, a very plumptious, comfortable looking cushion. So we're going to leave this in the house for a couple of weeks while we get work done at the cottage, and then it will find its forever home. Hello darlings, it is now it's cricked my neck. It is now 4:30 on a Friday afternoon, and I have pretty much used up all of my brain power. So I think I'm going to stop working for the day. It has been one of those afternoons fueled by macaroni cheese and sour rosy apples. So these arrived with a lovely PR send out from Elemis and QVC, along with some lovely flowers and their 5-piece Pro Collagen set, which is on QVC as the today's special value. I would highly recommend checking it out. I'll leave it linked down below. It's like 5 products, including their new retinol serum, their Pro Collagen SPF 30 face cream, a body moisturizer, I think a hand cream, and something else. 5 amazing products for £65 instead of 120. I feel like they always do the best deals on QVC. And they sent these rosy apples, so I have been snuffling those while having a major brainstorm session for the cottage, and also getting through my emails. Something that I like to do on a Friday afternoon as well is transfer my previous week to-do list onto a new to-do list, so that I have a fresh to-do list as opposed to one where half the things are crossed out for tackling the following week. I've actually had one particular thing on my to-do list for about 6 weeks now. I keep passing it on to the next week, but next week is actually the deadline. Like, I have to do it next week. So I'm gonna try and get that done first thing on a Monday morning. I realized, thanks to a few of you direct messaging me, very kindly of you, because you didn't want to write to me in the comments under the last video, that I had revealed the name of the cottage accidentally, because I initially had like beeped out me saying it. I'd covered over where it said it on the tote bags, but I did reveal accidentally in the last video the name of the cottage. So I could go back and edit it out, but at this point, if anyone wanted to find it, then they could, which is fine. It's not something that we're looking to hide. So the name of the cottage, in case you missed it, is Strawtop Cottage, which is really lovely, really magical. And I didn't even want to show you the outside of the cottage before, because I thought that you would be able to guess and find the exact one, because it is, as you might be able to guess from the name, a thatched cottage, which I just think is so lovely, so magical, so whimsical, and just, it really is. I mean, if you were, whether from the UK or a tourist visiting from abroad, it really is like the typical perfect chocolate box cottage, and I'm just so excited to have people to come and stay. And on that note, not yet, but we will, closer to the launch date, be launching a competition. We would love to have some of you guys, some of my followers, come and stay at the cottage for a couple of nights, use it as your base to explore the Cotswolds. I feel like Charlie and I have spent, well, before lockdown, so much time discovering lovely local businesses, lovely places to go, lovely restaurants around here, and I'm sure that lots of you are desperate to visit them now as well. So we'd love to offer a few giveaway stays at the cottage. So what we're doing, and we have been blown away by how many of you have actually been emailing to ask to be put on a list, to know when the cottage launches, when we're able to take bookings. So not yet, but if you want to eventually be entered into the competition to win some of the night stays, and if you would like to be added to this list so that you'll be emailed with any updates, we'll probably start doing updates in like a month or so, then I'm going to leave a link down below where you can sign up to like a little kind of newsletter. It's not going to be a newsletter, it's probably going to be like just an email blast when we are launching, and maybe when we're getting really close to launching, then we might send out a few little newsletters. So yeah, if you would like to be kept in the loop, I will leave the Strawtop Cottage mailing list email link down below, and when we are ready to announce the giveaway of the stay, hopefully there'll be some really fun things, like maybe we will throw in a restaurant experience, or you know, a hamper full of local produce. We're going to work on all the finer details to make it really, really fun. Everything is still very much in the brainstorm. Are you allowed to say brainstorm anymore? Thought shower. Everything is still in the thought shower phase, but I know that so many of you are already emailing and we're very interested. So if you have already emailed, I have added your email addresses to the list, so you will be informed when the cottage launches. So that is a very exciting update. I think the one thing that could potentially hold us up is the kitchen. So we have got very high hopes for this kitchen. I've got like a real image in my head of how I want it to look, so it's a case of finding the exact right materials. I'm going to be really picky when it comes to choosing the style of the worktop, the style of the doors. We want it to obviously be the most amazing quality. Charlie said the sofa looks amazing in there, so we're going to just look out for all those finer details as well, like rugs. And in fact, I think I did show you this. These are some of the materials that we're going to be using. So I think we've pretty much decided we're going to go for the reed sisal carpet. This is from Carpet Right. In the non-high traffic areas, I think that would be the best option. I think we're going to go for this lovely fabric, which is from Jane Clayton. This is the cornflower fennel fabric, and this absolutely beautiful trim from Samuel & Sons. So the blinds will look like this, and then we also decided on this wallpaper for the top bedroom. So it's just going to be very cozy Cotswold cottage vibes in there, which I think is going to look beautiful. It's all very exciting. It is all very exciting indeed, and I'm glad that you guys are all as excited to follow this journey along with us as well. So I'm just going to wrap up my office, put everything away, make this area nice and tidy. I think we're doing a veggie Indian curry night tonight, which I'm very much looking forward to. But now I'm going to tidy up and then go and do like 20 minutes of gardening. Okay, welcome to the most unorganised, well, unorganised to the untrained eye, but to me, I know where everything is, but definitely the most bulging at the seams greenhouse you have ever seen. I'm the first to hold my hands up and admit that I got very carried away with planting seedlings. I just wanted to fill everything. Everything I could get my hands on, I wanted to fill with seeds, whether it was egg carton trays or takeaway trays or trays that my goodness knows what came in. Oh my gosh, literally like paint trays. You guys will have seen from previous vlogs that I got very carried away. I say got in past tense. I am getting very carried away with seed planting. But hey ho, if I start a new hobby, I like to throw myself in at the deep end, and I bet you everything that In midsummer, I'll be like, guys, I planted far too much. I don't know why I'm holding you backwards. I will definitely be vlogging and saying I planted too much, I'm overwhelmed, but at this moment in time, I'm enjoying planting. I'm planning on every time I visit a friend's house or go and see a friend over the next couple of months, I'm going to take them a seedling tray full of seedlings and I'm going to write them instructions on how to take care of them. So it's a little bit of my garden to your garden, that's what I'm going to do. But luckily, over this weekend, there is quite a lot that I can plant out, thank goodness, which is going to give me room to, yes, you guessed it, plant some more seedlings. So now that we are in mid-April, I can definitely plant out my cauliflower, which is doing really well. Oh, that actually says cornflower, red boy cornflower. Well, that looks very similar. Oh no, yeah, these are cornflowers, sorry. This is my cauliflower. You can see it's got slightly purple roots. For some reason only the like middle strip. Maybe I just went like that with the seed packet, I'm not sure. But these are definitely ready to go out. You'll have seen in the last vlog I planted out some broccoli. These peas are ready to go out. Not sure where I'm going to plant the peas though. What else? My radishes, I don't really know why I sowed them indoors because they are absolutely fine to be direct sown. I might sow some more radishes directly on Sunday. My sweet peas, again, I just haven't really decided where they're going to go, and I definitely want to get, oh, a squirrel just ran across my cut flower area. I definitely want to get some beautiful like hazel hurdle. I'll pop a picture on the screen here. This would be my support of dreams. So I need to figure out that this weekend. And then yesterday afternoon, I think my hands were too covered in soil to pick up the vlogging camera, but I potted on a lot of my cosmos. So what you have to do when plants get to around this size is move them from little seedling trays like this into bigger pots. And of course, these bigger pots take up a lot more room. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I might have to get another greenhouse, guys. Like this is ridiculous. I have taken it too far. I'm the first to hold my hands up and say I have taken it too far. And my next sentence is going to be, but I'm going to plant some more. Yes, I'm going to plant some more. I have got a basket down here bulging at the seams with recycled items. So I think I'm going to put my Burford Brown's egg carton to good use, and I'm going to plant, I think I'm going to do some runner beans, and these can be left out here because they don't mind the cold. It says you can sow under glass or indoors in April, May, June. So actually, technically it's a little bit early, but hey ho, I'm going to do it anyway. What else? So these are all bits that I bought from the garden centre. Oh, did I get 2 runner beans? Oh, they're different kinds. Moonlight and St. George runner beans. Some more cosmos because I'm obsessed, but I think I will direct sow those. I saw these radishes, which are blue, or actually in my opinion pink and purple. I will direct sow those on Sunday. Some shallots. Sorry, I think I'm getting deja vu. I might have showed this to you already. Shallots, onions, garlics, and more shallots. I will direct sow when I get some more beds. I'm actually having someone build me some beds that I can... Do you remember I showed you my compost boxes? They're just hidden right behind here. I'm getting someone to make some reclaimed timber beds for me for those. And then around the edge of the compost box I will plant... I think in one I'm going to do potatoes, and in another I'm going to do onions and garlic and shallots. Then I got some climbing beans, so I think, yes, I'm going to do an egg carton of each of these bean types because I believe they are all fine to be sown. Yeah, these ones literally say only April. So that's going to be my Friday afternoon task. I'm going to pop on a YouTube video as usual. In fact, I'm going to pop on a YouTube video to educate me a little bit more about night phlox, because these, I'm pretty sure, need to be pricked out now. I'm learning so much technology, so many technical terms. These need to be pricked out or potted on. Potted on, I think that's the expression. Like I did in my cosmos, I think they are just about reaching that stage. And oh my goodness, if anyone in the North Cotswolds needs some purple broccoli, I've got you covered. I think every single seed actually germinated, and I'll pop a picture on the screen here of how a broccoli plant looks. If you imagine every single one of these little stems could potentially turn into one of those. I just don't have a garden big enough. My goodness. To do a slight change of plan because when I read the back of the beans, of course beans have got tap roots which are really long, so I had to put cosmos. I've got a really lovely, what are they called, apricot lemonade cosmos in the egg carton, and then I made a toilet roll contraption in one of the paint trays. They need to germinate at a slightly warmer temperature, so I have got the lid to my Chloe Boots box, which is going to be a tray which I'm going to take inside and germinate a few, including the beans, inside the house for about 7 days, about a week, until they just start to show some little signs of life. I think that light is not that important at the germination stage. I think it's more the heat, because obviously they're under the soil. I may be wrong, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I put them on a windowsill anyway, but it's not the best light. It's west facing, so it only gets a couple of hours in the day, and not really that direct. But anyway, I'm going to do the same again for my runner beans, the Moonlight and the St. George, and I've got a garden answer video playing in the background all about planting lavender. And before I know it, I have spent an hour out here in the greenhouse. It really is my favourite way to just unwind at the end of the day, but time flies. I actually thought there was something wrong with the church the other day, because I was like, there can't be another hour that's gone by, and then another hour, and then another hour. I think that was on Sunday or Monday. Just time flies when you are gardening. I can see why retired people like to garden. I feel like I want to retire now and only do gardening. Oh, I have got a protrusion. Anyway, so let me show you my progress. I'm going to head inside now because it's getting a little bit miserable, and I think Charlie has got, oh, that doesn't look so good. Why could that be? Why doesn't it like it in here? Maybe it's too cold. Oh dear. So this is my work from this afternoon on the Chloe Boot box lid. We have got 2 egg cartons of cosmos, and then beans, both the Moonlight and the, is it called St. George? Beans. And all of them like to be put in propagators. I don't have a propagator, so a polythene bag will do the trick. And these will live, as I said, on the windowsill in a fairly warm place. Not particularly sunny, but warm in the house, and hopefully they'll all germinate in around 7 days' time. I've left the radishes out. I'm going to leave them here where I can see them, and I hope to plant those either on Sunday or tomorrow. But it's time to take these into the house and have some curry. What a lovely little boy you are. Oh, look how scruffy you are.